Dean Winter. The graduating students have now assembled for the 2022 Western Carolina University Columbian Commencement Exercise. Please join in singing the Colombian National Anthem, followed directly by the National Anthem of the United States. The words of both anthems are on the back page of the programs. Please be seated. Graduates and honored guests, it is a pleasure and an honor for me to welcome each of you to this special Western Carolina University commencement ceremony for the graduates in Columbia. Please allow me to recognize members of our platform party, and I ask that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. Dr. Joe Nagy, he's the director of Collegio Boulevard, and Dr. David Fayed, the director of learning for Collegio Boulevard, and Dr. Kim Winter, the dean for the College of Education and Allied Professions. It is now a great pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Meredith Janger. Meredith was chosen by her classmates to represent them and to share some of her journey and their aspirations tonight. I ask Meredith to share some of those thoughts now.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for being here. Today is a big day for us. After 2 long years of reading dense articles, clicking away at keyboards, staring at each other's faces on Zoom screens awkwardly, and sitting in our favorite tiny library chairs, today is the day our hard work comes to fruition. Today, we can officially make people call us master. I don't know about you all, but I feel like Master Barry has a pretty good ring to it. It is an honor to speak on behalf of my exceptional classmates, people who have given so much of themselves in hopes of creating a better future for their families and a higher standard of education for their students. All you in the audience who supported us with your love, encouragement, and patience through this journey, you're a big part of why we're walking across the stage today. And you made sacrifices too. I mean, Ryan and Aleja's daughter, Francesca, deserves an honorary master's degree of her own for all the classes she had to sit through. Now, I wanted this speech to be a genuine representation of our collective experience. So before writing, I asked my classmates questions about challenges and highlights of the program. You could call this qualitative data if you like. Then I coded their responses and mapped them out and themed the data. I had no idea how to categorize Juan Diego's responses, but I did identify some patterns. Today, I'd like to share my findings from this casual bit of research, as well as a few other lessons learned along the way. One of my most amusing findings was that it was hard learning to be a student again. In a lot of ways, we embodied the characteristics about our students that drive us crazy as teachers. We asked questions like, can I get an extension? What's the purpose of this assignment? When are you going to grade our essays? We procrastinated and said there was too much homework and wondered if our professors realized that we had a life outside of class. But the truth is, mostly we did this because completing your master's while working full-time is a pretty big dragon to slay. On top of working full-time while earning this degree, my incredible classmates were raising children, taking care of family members, starting side businesses, or transitioning into full-time teachers. They were recovering from surgeries or sponsoring new clubs to advocate for students. Some conquered this program in a second language, as if the readings weren't hard enough. Natalia, you even managed classes with a new baby, like a straight-up superhero. Whatever our situations were, I think it's valuable to remember what it's like to be a learner and to carry that understanding into our dealings with our own students. The second finding I got from my research was that we all face moments of doubt, moments where we wondered if that fancy piece of paper we'll be receiving today was really meant to be hanging on our walls. My own doubts started with our very first assignment, the assignment that prompted a few of us to start a group chat called, "What Were We Thinking?" Back then, we were still in the dark days of the pandemic, taking an asynchronous class related to engineering. We were tasked with building tiny bridges out of household items and transferring a small object across the bridge to make it drop neatly into a cup. Then we had to showcase our bridges on delivery. I will never forget Juan Diego's wild wooden box contraption, or how Val broke multiple dishes during the design process, or how Haley managed to finish her bridge with COVID. All the teachers with science and engineering backgrounds showcased ingenious bridges that worked flawlessly. Meanwhile, my clunky bridge sat there taking up half of our living room for about a week, and my sad little pulley system must have won the record for the slowest object transfer in our entire class. They don't call me Slow Mary for nothing. This was my first moment of doubt, but there were more. The truth is, the universe didn't make it easy on us. Teaching while coming out of the pandemic left educators demoralized around the world. Finishing the 2022 school year with 2 back-to-back online courses, one of which cut into the massive teacher perk that we call summer vacation. We faced a true test of commitment to our master's degree. We pushed through, but when those classes were followed up by the long nights and the 20-plus page action plan proposal of the teacher leadership course, the doubts crept in again. After getting home on one of those long nights, I even remember receiving a message in our group chat that read, "I feel dead inside. I just ate 20 pizza rolls and a bag of Sour Patch Kids." Now, before anyone starts to worry, I promise this isn't just a speech of me complaining about how hard everything was. None of us expected grad school to be easy. I like to think of our story as kind of a hero's journey. And we're getting to the defeat the monsters part, so bear with me. I know, nerdy English teacher reference, but you all are the ones who picked an English teacher to give this speech, not me. I wanted to hear Cotto speak, for the record. Anyway, after confronting those moments of doubt, there were moments of growth and gratitude. The bridge is a reminder of the implications of design thinking in the classroom. During those tough online courses I mentioned, we received teachings on equity, bias, and inclusion that directly impacted many of our assessment practices. We also had the extra bonus of getting to hear Ryan apologize repeatedly for being born a white privileged male. Around this point, I realized how fortunate I was to learn from my Colombian colleagues, a benefit many of us would not have had in a traditional master's program in the US. Now I know we're all eager to celebrate or head home to finish the last research paper. That's right, we still have work to do after this. Or maybe we're ready to rush off and get matching cat-mount tattoos or something. So I'll try to be brief with this last finding. One day in Dr. Kofi's class, he posed this question: is ethical leadership really just about caring for kids? I thought back to this when I read my classmates' answers, because the biggest pattern I recognized was that so many of you cited moments of care and human connection as what helped you most during the master's classes. It wasn't one of the books we read. It wasn't one particular class. It wasn't the days when we got wraps instead of muffins on our break sack. Though those helped. It was our connections and care for one another. There was our connection with our beloved Professor Tom Oren. It was during his class of the Finnish education system that we first met in person. It was also for many our first opportunity to work with teachers from different sections. Like we learned from our readings, the early years are the foundation for everything in education. So being able to learn from so many primary and pre-primary educators was truly special. Tom was also just a nice guy, and he happens to make the perfect protagonist for a Christmas e-card, but that's a story for another time. We also built connections in Bandolin and Kofi's classes. Dry discussion posts may have dominated our early online interactions, but by this time, we were analyzing hypothetical case studies and getting visibly fired up, Juan Diego, about the unethical sins committed by the characters. These classes gave us a taste of how complex and influential our decisions could be as potential administrators. And they also stressed the importance of being ethical. I witnessed the ethical leadership growth of our cohort in action last week when I got to teach a restorative justice lesson Manuela designed for 9th grade advisory. This lesson allowed our team to show students the value of care as we facilitated the most productive inclusion conversation with 9th graders that I've seen in my time at Bolivar. Going back to Kofi's question, I think the answer is yes. Being ethical leaders is mainly about caring for the people we're serving. Now, that doesn't just mean being nice. It means remembering what it's like to be a learner, empowering learners to overcome the same sorts of doubts we had, and prioritizing human connections. This type of care demands honesty and assessments, self-awareness to address biases, commitment to continual improvement of our institutions, empowerment through problem-solving tools, and creation of curriculum relevant to today's problems. We live in a world that increasingly feels like iRobot. For all you know, ChatGPT could have written the speech that I'm presenting right now. I promise that's not the case. Currently, we're faced with the question of how rapidly growing technology will change our lives. The reality of wars dominating the news, and the uncertainty of how we will address environmental problems. This is the world our students are growing up in. As leaders in this environment, we have to care enough about our students and teachers that we empower them to confront and adapt to these realities. We cannot take the human out of the equation. This may seem like an impossible task, but it's important to remember that the greater the obstacle, the more well-positioned we are as leaders to make an impact. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Meredith, for those inspiring words for your peers. We are fortunate today to have Dr. Joe Nagy with us, and you all know him well as he serves as your beloved director. I would now like to ask Dr. Nagy to share some of his thoughts with all.
Winner, Callahan, Rayad, Western Carolina University students and guests. My pleasure to be part of today's event. As I glance over those in attendance, I think it's safe to say that I'm the oldest cadet in this room. By far. I'm proud alumnus of Western Carolina University Graduate School, where I received a master's degree in education on August 6, 1982, just a few days before I arrived at Columbia. I make no secret of my allegiance and gratitude to Western Carolina University, which literally led me to where I am today. And I hope that one day you will feel the same as I. My attendance at WCU and other similar institutions of higher education that I attended is more related to the original mission as teacher training institutions than anything else. As Director Cleo Bluer, I not only laud your efforts upon reaching this milestone in your personal and professional career, but I'm proud of your determination and grit, granting you the right to an advanced degree in education. Your WCU degree binds us in the building of a legacy that traces back decades. I implore you to continue forging ahead in your quest for knowledge and understanding while making the world a better place for all through education. At a recent meeting of the school heads, one of my colleagues put forth kind of a crazy notion that we are stewards of trauma. As we continue on this path together, let's not fall into that trap of becoming a steward of trauma. We might better serve each other by being a curator or a manager of trauma, but not a steward. Trauma is not something to hold on to. I'd rather strive to be a steward of hope and determination, one of faithfulness in mankind, of those people next to you, to be a beacon for those who we teach. There is nothing more rewarding yet challenging than being a teacher. Being a teacher of pre-university students is an exercise in forming minds and character. Lest we not forget the words of John Dewey, education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. Believing that education is a process of living and not a preparation for future living. Enjoy today's ceremony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Nagy. Our students will take that message to the classroom to inspire them. And now I ask the candidates for the Masters of Arts in Education degree from the College of Education and Allied Professions to please stand and remain standing. Dr. Winter, all candidates for the Masters of Arts in Education from the College of Education are hereby present.
Thank you, Dr. Callahan. I would now like to recognize all faculty in support of these graduates and as confirmation of their meeting the rigorous standards set forth by the university. I now ask all Western Carolina University alumni present today on the platform and in the audience to stand and remain standing as witnesses to the conferral of these degrees and the acceptance of these students into the ranks of loyal alumni. Upon recommendation of the faculty, by the authority vested in me by the University of North Carolina Board of Governors and the Western Carolina University Board of Trustees, and upon their successful completion of all degree requirements, I confer upon these candidates the degrees for which they have been recommended with all of the rights, honors, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Please join me in congratulating our newest graduates. Unfortunately, due to other commitments, Provost Starnes and Chancellor Brown could not be with us today, but I'm pleased to share their special message to our graduates.
What an exciting day. These graduates before us have already embarked on an incredible journey, balancing the responsibilities of teaching the next generation with the commitment to furthering their own education. They are a testament to dedication resilience, and unwavering belief in the power of education. They decided to take a step further to enhance their knowledge, deepen their understanding of pedagogy, and to refine their skills as educators. They didn't settle for the status quo. They aspired to be exceptional educators, and that is why they are here. The path they chose was not an easy one. Their day were already filled with the energy and excitement of their students, yet they persevered, attending classes, conducting research, working tirelessly to excel their studies. Their commitment to both their students and their own education is nothing short of awe-inspiring. They have proven that learning knows no bounds, and that teaching is not just a profession, but a call, one that demands continuous growth and self-improvement. They not only will shape the minds of our youth, but also contribute to the evolution of the Columbian educational system, pushing boundaries and redefining what is possible. Congratulations on this important achievement.
Graduates, it is an honor to join you today as you celebrate all the accomplishments that come with graduating and as you prepare to embark into the world as professionals and alumni at WCU. I thank each of you and encourage you to thank each other for what we've accomplished together during your academic careers. This is a proud moment. Take the time to savor it. Each of you has had different college experiences that have led you to this moment today. A day that represents one of the most significant milestones in your lifetime. As citizens of the world, we face many challenges and many opportunities. Graduates, it is now up to you to create the world in which you wish to live. The future is yours, and the world is counting on you. No matter what you do or where your path takes you, I hope that this special time of training remains an important part of your life. And remember, your WCU family will always be here for you and will forever be a part of Western's legacy. I must say, you inspired us, and we are so proud of you, our counterparts. Graduates, once upon a time, we stood before you to lead the way. Today, we stand behind you, ready to follow, and we stand beside you, ready to serve as you lead us into the future. Congratulations, and go Cats!
Hello, 2023 graduates. It is always a wonderful moment to look out and see those who have faithfully run this race and have now finished their program. Western Carolina University has been involved in providing education and training programs for Columbian teachers for a very long time. And I'm proud to stand before you and to say the faculty, staff, board of trustees, board of governors, and alumni join me in congratulating you in this noteworthy achievement. I offer my most sincere congratulations to each of you. My special compliments extend also to your children, parents, families, and friends. They share in your achievement. And likewise, I congratulate the faculty and staff who gave you knowledge and support, walking beside you on the road to this moment. It is a proud day for everyone. Graduates, in taking on the rigorous demands of a Western Carolina University education and in succeeding, you have accomplished something difficult but worthwhile that will be useful throughout your lives. It is important for us all to remember that the beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. As Dean of the College of Education and Allied Professions, it is my honor and privilege to offer you a few thoughts on this special day. It is our goal in the college to prepare graduates who will make a positive impact as educators, administrators, and other professionals in school settings. We know that all of you have the power to make important contributions in your schools and communities and to improve the lives of your students on a grand scale. We know that you are already making those contributions in improving lives. And we know that many of you face challenges and obstacles along the way. Today, however, I want to share 3 bits of advice as you move forward as a graduate. First, remember that your legacy may be determined by mere moments in time. These moments may take the form of a crisis or of a window of opportunity that opens unexpectedly, inviting you down a path with greater responsibilities, if you have the courage to choose it. Many years of preparation, hard work, and experience can be tested in an instant. Some of you have already experienced such moments of truth. It does not matter how you arrive at those moments when intelligence, courage, strength, and endurance seem to be required, whether you were there by intent or by chance. All of us face such moments in our lives, times when we simply cannot disappoint our students, our schools, our families, our country, and what may seem like all of humanity. So as you leave us to continue your lives, I hope that you continue to develop the character that will allow you to act with great honor and discipline in a crisis or in an instant of opportunity that sweeps down the abruptness of a crisis. And if in such a moment you worry that you may not be able to live up to what is expected of you or what you expect of yourself, I hope you remember that you have a WCU education. You know a great deal. You have achieved much. You have grown in multiple dimensions. You are more than ready to do the impossible when it is required. Next, know that you can achieve whatever you want in life. All you have to do is believe that you can. When you are free from self-doubt, you fail better. Because you don't have your defenses up, you can accept important criticism, and you no longer become so preoccupied with that failure that you forget how to learn from it or to grow. When you believe in yourself, you succeed better. Hours spent questioning, doubting, fearing can be given over to truly working, exploring, living, and being happy. Last, don't let the constant chatter of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Have the courage to follow your mind, your heart, and your intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. I wish you good luck and good fortune in all your journeys to come. Be bold, be courageous, be your best, and always remember if opportunity doesn't knock, just build the door. Thank you.
Dr. Fayad, will you lead the candidates in the Master's Degree of Education to the stage, please? The graduates of the Master of Arts in Education and Supervision for the class of 2023 are Juan Diego Arismendi, Anna Bernal, Rosie Canales, Alejandra Carvajal, Ryan Evanson, Valerie Galway, Meredith Jenkowitz, Manuela Aravillo. Natalia Londoño. Marta Lopez. Carolina Martinez. Angelica Olave. Haley Ron. Paola Sejmawi. Natalia Valencia. Dean Witter, all candidates for master degrees have now been presented.
Before we conclude, I would like to recognize some very important guests of our graduates who are with us today. Would you please stand when called and remain standing? Parents or guardians, spouses and children, grandparents and other family members, and special friends of our graduates. While you are standing, it is my pleasure to invite our graduates to rise and show their appreciation for you, your love, support, and commitment to their future. As Western Carolina University's newest alumni, you received a pin to be worn as a reminder of your accomplishment and your place in the Western Carolina University family. WCU will always be a part of you. We hope the pin will remind you of your university experience. I encourage you to continue your journey as lifelong learners and to encourage others to join you as graduates of your institution, making a difference in Columbia and around the world. Special thanks go to the school directors at Flavial Boulevard for their support of the teachers in this cohort. Their confidence in our program and commitment to their faculty's professional development and advanced degree is very much appreciated. Allowing the faculty to complete the program is not without sacrifice on the part of each of the schools and teachers. This cooperative partnership has allowed WCU to continue its mission in international education while serving the teachers represented by this cohort. Thanks to all of you with us today for sharing in this momentous occasion in the life of our university. Commencement is concluded. Please join us for a reception outside the library. Congratulations, graduates.
One, two, three. Oye, sí, me gustaron las palabras. Yo sí, sí.